For the 100th time on this channel, and probably at least the 200th overall, welcome back to Two Marks and a Spark. I'm Ben, that's Russ. We're going to talk about Clash in Paris yesterday. I did not end up seeing this show live because I got Twins tickets at the last minute.
Good call. You probably saw the better show.
I'm sure I did. I'm going to be honest, I did not want to watch this show when I came home. I watched it. It was a show that I watched.
It was all right. It wasn't horrible, but at the same time,
This
it
show was 4 hours.
it doesn't make me excited to watch Raw tonight like it should.
Raw was on this afternoon. I have not seen it
Well,
yet.
that's right. This afternoon, I stand corrected.
I don't think either one of
Raw
us have seen Raw yet.
when I get home from cookout and drinking beer, so maybe I won't watch it till tomorrow. Who knows?
Well, I did not watch it today as I was out cooking and doing other stuff. But
Happy Labor Day.
happy Labor Day to those of you in the US. Most of us off today, me included.
I'm always off.
Well, yeah, you're retired. That
Yeah.
helps. Speaking of retired, this show felt like a show for retired people.
Well, I tell you, man,
This show was 4 hours.
four, 6 matches, 4 hours. It was too slow. Uh, General complaint we've had about most of the PLEs from WWE this year is that the pacing is too slow. They go too long.
And
This,
this was perhaps the worst example of it.
this seemed to really drag, and I was not super excited about any of these matches uh, going in. I guess Rusev and Sheamus was the one I was the most interested in. That was good. That
We'll
was
talk about it.
I have no complaints about any of the matches. It's just overall, well, I think the women. We'll get to it, but I think the women's match was a little off too. So
Well, we actually started with a very good match between Bronson Reed and Roman Reigns. They went 22 minutes. I was surprised with how much time they gave this. Because not only did the match itself go 22 minutes, but they
like,
also did a lengthy post-match angle here to
yeah,
write Roman Reigns off to go do Street Fighter along with take his usual end-of-year sabbatical here. So we probably won't see Roman again until Survivor Series, but and even then, maybe not.
yeah. Well, the man's he's older. He's got his money. He has health issues, and he's got a family. So if we don't see him for a long time, he's more than earned his rest, as far as I'm concerned.
Roman and Bronson ended up having a very good match. The crowd was incredibly into this entire thing.
If only the rest of the show had kind of like kept the pace with this. This seemed to look like, well, maybe we're going somewhere. And after the lengthy post-match angle,
Where Bronson,
the show just seemed to kind of fizzle out to me.
so Roman spears Bronson. Roman wins. He gets his shoes back after killing Paul Heyman.
Yep, got his hands on Paul.
Paul was not seen again for the rest of the night, by the way. And Bronson and Braun proceed to absolutely murder Roman Reigns.
Oh yeah, it looked pretty brutal.
This was a heinous beatdown. Jey Uso got killed. Roman Reigns was tsunamied multiple times, including once on top of a backboard. That looked like it hurt a lot. And that was it.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns won the battle, but it seems that Bronson Reed and the Vision won the war on that one. Jay did take a spear and he took a tsunami as well, so he was not 100% going into the main event. We then had a match that I skipped because I watched this show coming home from a Twins game.
Right.
And I kind of forgot this match was here. The Street Profits versus the Wyatt Six.
Right. Well, there wasn't a whole lot of build up to it. Most of these matches did not have a strong, lengthy build up that the WWE used to be famous for.
Really, three of the matches had a good build, and the rest were left to suffer.
The rest felt like they were thrown together.
Well,
Uh,
this match apparently went 13 minutes. That's way too long for a Wyatt Six match. But
yeah,
okay.
I'm still offended that they can't find something uh, much more important for Nikki Cross to do because she is such an incredible talent in the ring.
And she hasn't been wrestling, which is incredibly frustrating.
Maybe I don't know, maybe she doesn't want to or can't, but the thing is though, she's another example of a female wrestler, like so many of them, that just never really gets a chance to shine. You know, they put her in matches where she got beat all the time. They never gave her a chance to shine. Now she's in the Wyatt Six.
She was great on NXT. I mean,
Yep.
really showed what she could do. I don't know. Now she's in the Wyatt Six, like you said. Anyway, the Wyatt Six retained, and absolutely nobody cared. From the entrances onward, nobody cared about this match. I didn't even have to watch it, and I could tell the
The
crowd did not.
momentum set by the first match, to me, this match kind of sucked the air out of the room.
And if there was any air left, the next match was sure to suck it all out because Nikki Bella versus Becky Lynch is by far one of the worst matches I've seen in probably 5 years. This match was so bad.
It wasn't good. I felt like
No, Russ, this match was awful.
Becky was really overselling, trying to make it look good too, I felt. And
Becky did her damnedest here to try to make this match work. It did not. I don't have anything good to say about this match. And it is
well,
very
you know, the
rare.
original plan, from what I understand, is it was going to be Nikki and Liv Morgan. And I don't know if Liv Morgan could have had a better match with her. Anyway, I was never a hardcore Bella Twins fan. And we were just talking about female wrestlers that deserve more opportunity and like, you know, that are not on the pay-per-view, that don't have an opportunity. But we got Nick and Bella again for some reason. After all these years, we had to have this.
And Becky, the insulting thing was in the build, Becky cuts a promo right before Nikki comes out and says, "It's time to give some new blood a chance." And she proceeds to have one match with Maxine Dupree where she absolutely destroys her
Right.
in 5 fucking seconds, which I'm not complaining about that. That kind of makes sense in the storyline, but why go immediately to then old, was never very good in the first place, certainly isn't very good now, Nikki Bella?
I don't know.
Brie was the more talented of the Bella twins anyway, in terms of in ring.
Well, there's no way they're going to hire her. She's married to the enemy.
They should.
I know they should. I mean, they actually, I shouldn't say that because there are people working for WWE who have spouses that work in AEW, you know?
Several.
Yeah. So that's not like a big deal like it used to be back in the old days.
Rhea's husband works in AEW.
Correct. Although I think he's on leave right now.
He's hurt.
Right. But recently posted hinting that he might be coming back soon, which would be great.
Anyway, this is one of the worst matches I've ever seen in my life.
This one, I don't know how long it went, but it was too long. It took up too much time.
It was 13 minutes and it felt like 25.
Well, 13 minutes. That's 13 minutes we're never going to get back.
I hope this is the end of the Nikki Bella run. I hope this is it. I hope they're done with her. I hope I never have to see her again. And I certainly, for everybody's sake, hope if they're going to do anything more with the Bella twins, just bring Brie back and let her do all the wrestling because she was the better wrestler the whole time. And I think we're all seeing that now more than ever, that Brie Bella was the actual worker of those two and Nikki was just kind of there.
Yeah, and I don't want to knock Becky Lynch, you know, because I said she didn't look that great in this match, but I don't really think it was her fault.
This match was not Becky's fault at all. This is
I am not of there. There seems to be a vocal minority online that seems to be of the opinion that the business has completely bypassed Becky Lynch and she's no longer relevant and can't cut it. I don't. I think she's probably got a pretty. I don't know how long this run is going to be, but I think she's doing okay. Now, if she wants to retire and just be a mother and do other things in her own business. You know, that's great.
She is a best-selling author now. Becky does not need the money. She could walk out at any point, and I don't think anybody really try to stop her.
Right.
Uh,
Well,
um,
the next match was better, don't you agree?
the next match was probably my favorite part of this entire show. It was Sheamus versus Rusev. They gave these two 20 fucking minutes, and for
Yeah.
20 minutes, this show was really good.
Yes, it was. It was. This was the one match I thought would be the best, and I came away feeling the same way. I think these guys are a good match,
This
and
was great. There was weapons everywhere, plunder
right.
all about, crazy bumps left and right. This felt like an AEW match.
And Sheamus tapping out really puts Rusev over, which
It
he's needed
does.
a strong win like that from a really strong, respected veteran.
On a pay-per-view like this.
On it, yes, yeah.
Now, too
Yeah.
bad that that was
Now
pretty much the high point of the show, and the rest of this kind of.
yeah, we still had two more matches to go. I had no idea at that time it was going to be almost two more freaking hours, you know. Well, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but not a lot. You know, at this
No, not a lot.
those last two matches never got over.
Well, Logan Paul versus John Cena was a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, Logan, I thought he made Logan Paul look very good. Uh,
This match was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. They give John Cena the win because he's probably losing at WrestlePalooza,
yeah.
would be
And
my
they also,
assumption.
who is his opponent at WrestlePalooza?
The speculation and rumor is that it's Brock Lesnar because he's going to be on SmackDown, not this week, but next week.
That's what I had heard too. And I'm not that excited. I don't want him to put the belt on him.
I don't think they're going to put the belt on him.
Yeah, I would be surprised.
But Logan Paul and John Cena have a 26.5 minute match. This match was great, actually, for what it was. And Cena did a bunch of his former opponent's moves, including a really good looking end of days spot where Logan Paul just got absolutely face mushed.
Oh, that looked painful as hell.
It really did.
Yeah.
Cena
Yeah,
gets.
this match and the previous one I thought were the highlights of the show. And I figured that the last match would there's no way it could top it because I already have low expectations for a four-way match. I'm not a big fan of a three-way dance, let alone a four-way match. I'm really down on the title changing hands on those deals.
Well, the title doesn't change hands here because
Right.
LA Knight, Jey Uso, and CM Punk against Seth Rollins. And this match was actually pretty good for what it was, but the problem with this match was it was at the tail end of a really bad show where there'd been where there'd been one really great match, two good ones, and this match just had no hope.
Yeah. And
Um,
and
these guys did
nobody's
everything
anybody
they could.
horrible here, but the way it ended was that we figured if Seth was going to win, it would have to be from outside interference.
Now, this is where this show got interesting. I will say, for as much as I did not enjoy this show, and I thought this show was rather turgid shit at points, and I really am glad I didn't watch this show live. You know, it's not very often that I don't watch a show live and say, you know what, I'm glad I didn't watch that live because that would have sucked.
Well,
This was
I watched it live, man. And the only way I did it was I got two-thirds of a way through a six-pack of Coors Tall Boys, and that's how I got through 4 hours. You know, I had one of those every hour, and by that fourth hour, I didn't give a shit anymore how awful it was.
but the last hour was probably the best part of the show. That's
I
kind of
but
the
I liked it. I enjoyed it. Yeah, like I said, sometimes it helps a little bit.
I could not believe this show at a certain point. Anyway, these four end up having about the best four-way dance you can have. I think four-way dances, as Russ said, are a bit bad most of the time. Anyway, this match ends with Punk having Seth on his shoulders. He screams, "Go to sleep." A female like figure gets in the ring, punches CM Punk in the penis.
Right. right in the old, right in the old coin purse.
Punk goes down, takes a stomp. It's Becky Lynch who ends up joining the Vision here, helping
Yeah,
Seth win. Seth retains the title. And CM Punk, shortly after this, as he's walking away, mouths into the camera as Seth Rollins' music plays, "I hate this fucking song."
yeah.
To which I say, "Me too, Punker. Me too."
Well, you just get tired of it. Get tired of the crowd going on and on with it. But I'm not surprised that they put Becky in there. It was okay overall. I would give the show a C.
I would give the show a C as well.
C, maybe a C minus. It was a little below average though.
It was a little bit below average. It needed more juice. This show needed something else. I don't know what that something would be. I don't know what they could have done here.
Yeah. Well, we're supposed to be getting a coming into this week. We're going to be getting a title match with Stephanie Fakir.
It's going to be Stephanie Fakir and Io Sky at
Yes.
WrestlePalooza.
Oh, at WrestlePalooza. Okay,
And
that's
that will
coming
be
up.
for the vacant women's world title. That is vacant as of now due to Naomi being pregnant.
Correct. Correct. Exactly.
I don't know why they waited so long to announce that.
Yeah.
That match, if they'd done that match yesterday, which they probably should have just done it yesterday, that would have added a lot to that show,
Yes, it would have.
honestly, because you could have easily had that be the co-main event and nobody would have cared. Well, people would have cared. People would have been happier with that than I think with what we got, and then you could really justify that 4 hour runtime at least a little bit.
Right. And there would have been time to squeeze another match in here and amongst all this nonsense.
And amongst all the nonsense, I mean, if they were really insistent on Becky and Nikki, okay, fine, but at least put another women's match on the card. Don't just give us
Right.
that. I that show was so like off the rails at that point that I didn't think they'd ever get back on.
Hmm.
Because that and the Wyatt Six stuff, it's just what the hell were they thinking? Like they booked this show for nobody. Ugh.
Right. Right.
And I don't know what happened on Raw today. Maybe they made up for some of this shit on Raw.
Well, I'll see you later tonight or tomorrow. Yeah.
But frankly, I'm not sure I care.
That's part of what I was talking about. This doesn't excite me going forward.
Dynamite last week, as we talked about on the show last week, was fantastic.
It was. I haven't seen Collision. I got it recorded, but haven't looked at it. I want to look at it because they're in they're in that old bingo hall in Philly for 2 weeks in a historic spot there. And I haven't seen it yet, but I understand they had some nice things to say about Taz and his kid there.
They did that off the air.
Pardon me.
They did that off the air.
Yeah, off the air. I read about that. So, uh, yeah, it's kind of an interesting, they've been in some interesting venues with very interesting architecture, very quite beautifully artistically done. And then they go to this place. And I said to my wife, I said, believe it or not, it's improved. It looks better than it used to.
It looks way better than it did in the ECW days. It looked like an
Oh,
old
yeah, I know.
fucking
But
warehouse in the ECW days.
yep, yep,
It looked like a dusty old barn for a lot of years.
that's right. It's interesting all the history that went down there. I had no idea at the time how influential that was going to be on the business.
Yeah, I mean, who would have thought, 30 some odd years later, both promotions are still running shows out of there.
Uh-huh.
Russ, I want to
Yes,
get
sir.
I want to get your opinion on WrestlePalooza. We know pretty much that it will be Brock Lesnar versus John Cena, and that Io Sky will face Stephanie Vicaire, and supposedly Cody Rhodes. Congratulations to him and Brandy; they had another kid, but supposedly he's going to be back for that show. I doubt it because I don't know if anybody remembers the first time Cody Rhodes and Brandy had a kid. He was gone for a very long fucking time.
So I guess we'll have to see.
So it stands to reason that Cody might be gone a while right now.
Correct.
I don't remember exactly how long he was off TV for the first time,
Right.
but it was several weeks.
Seems like it. Yeah. Well, yeah. If you can take it off, that's great. It's very, very different from the old days when I know one of the Wild Samoans, the old tag team, one of those guys back in the 70s actually got fired by Vince McMahon Sr. because he didn't show up for a wrestling card because his wife was having a baby. And he forgot to call or something. He got fired over that.
Sorry, I forgot to call, boss. My wife went into labor. Like,
I,
huh?
it's not like he probably did. They didn't have cell phones back in those days. It probably
Yeah, like I wouldn't have fired
it
the
took
guy
him
over
a
that.
while. Well, obviously he eventually called, right?
Well, certainly he had to have
But
eventually.
nowadays this whole idea of getting family time off is it's a normal thing in most businesses, a lot of them, but not in the wrestling business. You
Well,
don't
it's
you don't
becoming
hear
normal now. It's becoming normal now because WWE realized they couldn't be assholes about it anymore when AEW came around, which I think is part of the reason they're trying to kill AEW so fast. They're failing, but they're trying to kill AEW. Russ, obviously, we don't know yet how AEW is going to do on pay per view against WWE on ESPN.
Yeah, I'm interested. I am very interested in that too, because going head to head like that, I think that WWE is going to be disappointed in how they perform, and I think AEW is going to be surprised. I could be completely wrong, but I think the trend we're seeing is going to continue, at least for the next month or so. I don't
So,
see Brock Lesnar outdrawing. Of course, this is my bias. Brock Lesnar is not going to outdraw anybody that's on the other card to me.
so it is estimated that Forbidden Door did between 122 and 130,000 buys, which for AEW that's a good number. I mean, the pay per view business being what it is, you're not going to get much more than that.
No, not these days.
Not when you're a company the size of AEW. The question I want to pose to you is: do you think All Out will do 100,000 buys against really stiff competition? I mean, they're going to have football and WrestlePalooza head to head.
No, I don't think they'll do as well, but I think they'll do okay.
Let me see what the Sunday night game is that week because I am
I thought this was a Saturday night show.
All Out. I believe it's a Sunday.
Okay.
I believe that is on a Sunday. September 20th is a Saturday. Okay, so they're
Oh,
still going to
okay.
have they're still going to
Yeah,
have college football to contend with
correct.
then.
Exactly.
They'll still have college football to contend with, and I don't know who's playing that week, but there's probably a big game that Saturday, I would assume.
There's always a big game for somebody.
Well, I actually think conference play starts that week, so that could be really
Right.
dicey.
Well, that could eat into both of their buy rates then.
Yeah, conference play, don't know. Yeah, and pretty much, oh boy. Yeah, they're going to be going head to head with a Michigan Nebraska game. Good luck,
There
guys.
you go. Well, there you go. That's where you got your people that like sports and wrestling. are going to have to make a choice. And your hardcore wrestling nuts that aren't that concerned about legitimate sports, they already got their minds made up which one they're going to watch first and which one they're going to watch second. Because they're
Yeah.
going to watch both of them because they watch everything because they're wrestling nuts.
I'll probably watch one live and we'll probably just record that Sunday and talk about both of them.
Yeah.
Just because, like,
I mean, I still haven't figured. I got between now and then to figure out what is the deal with our local provider here. Whether I'm going to need to, whether I can stick with the ESPN we have here, or if I have to go the VPN route.
well, I went the VPN route yesterday because Peacock was not working for me on the replay. So
All right.
I watched this show on Netflix. And I will be doing that for the foreseeable future because I am not paying $30 a month for ESPN. Kiss my ass.
Now they do it.
No, I'm not going to do it.
Mm-mm.
No. I will not be subjected to giving ESPN more money. I will not do that.
No, I tell you what, nobody is going to spend $30 on on that kind of nonsense. For less than that, you can get some of Prince Nana's ground coffee beans for less than that.
And probably get more enjoyment out of it. I mean,
A
I don't.
pound of gourmet, yeah, a pound of gourmet coffee beans, less than that. And cinnamon flavor. I mean, hey man, I am. I'm giving free advertising to Prince Nana's Coffee. Shout out to Prince Nana's Coffee. nanascoffee.com or something like that. Put in coffee and Prince Nana. You'll find it. You'll find it.
Apparently, we're now sponsored by Prince Nana's Coffee.
Well, hey, if they want to hit us up, we'll take it.
Fair
But
enough.
as long as we're giving it to them free, though, why should they, right?
Exactly. You get it. All right, folks, that's going to about do it for us. We got a bit of a shorter show this week, but that's okay. We will be
All
back
right.
here next week for what I think is a normal show. I don't think we have anything crazy. This was episode 100. Russ, we've done 100 of these fuckers now. Do you
How
want to do
about
100
that?
more? I think that'd be a funny idea.
Well, if I live that long, we'll do it.
You're going to live.
I'm planning on it. Longevity is in my genes. I've got grandparents that have lived to be like 101, 105, that kind of thing. So I've got a lot of that in my family.
In other words, if you wanted to see this show crash and burn after 100 episodes, it's not happening, folks.
Right. Yep. That's right. I'll tell you what, when we're dead and gone, we're just going to have AI bots take over our personalities and they'll keep we'll have our avatars keep doing the show.
There you go. We'll just be doing
Yeah.
this show forever.
That sounds good, man.
All right, everybody. We're going to get out of here and we'll be back next week. Everybody enjoy the wrestling. And Damon, play our fucking music for the 100th time.